Gabriel, and today I'll be sharing what I've learned about on our midterm lesson, which covers two chapters. The first chapter is about research design and implementation. So for me, research design serves as a guide in a research study towards on its objectives. On a research design, we do make decision which involves tactical research decision. Tactical research decision is about what action we're going to do once we um, decide what research design should we proceed. In a research design process, we have two things to consider, which are planning system and information system. In planning system, this is where a research design is being structured, and also it is serves as a guideline in proceeding of created procedures and activities that need to be done by research plan. While information system, it is where gathering of information for a research plan takes place. Also, it greatly contributes on what would be the structures of a research design based on theory and methods in a specific field. In research design, we have three different stages, which are preliminary planning, research design, and implementation. Under the preliminary planning are research purpose, research objective, and estimate value of research information. These three factors is important in preliminary planning because it serves as a guideline on how to make an effective research design wherein taking consideration takes place on what should be its purpose and objectives in order to gather sufficient information. In the research design, we have research approach and research tactics. Under the research approach, we have exploratory, descriptive, and causal. In this stage, it involves creation of a surveys and conducting interviews in order to gather information to support the objectives and support the purpose of a research design. In implementation, we have data collection and analysis, conclusion and recommendation, um, wherein execution of research plan takes place, and consolidating the information and analyzing each result are proceeded in this stage. In the research approach, we have three types, which are exploratory, descriptive, and causal. In exploratory research, it is creating an explanation of relationship of one phenomena, like for example, considering a scenario wherein juice bar owners wants to increase his sales through increasing the variety of juice. However, he needs more, information about the product he wants to release. In descriptive research, it is more focusing on present or current scenario. Like for example, the periodic table categorize the elements wherein the scientists use knowledge about the nature of protons, electrons, and neutrons to devise a categorized scheme. Last is causal research, wherein it is the relationship of cause and effects and considering the value of variables and assets and how it may affect on the kind of causal research that to be proceeded. For example, checking performance or effectiveness of a new advertising campaign, whether it continue or not. Next topic is all about data collection methods, which are primary data and secondary data. Primary data is gathering information done by a researcher on its own, while secondary data is gathering information from other individuals through surveys and interviews. Next is research tactics and implementation, which have measurement and sampling plan. Measurement is to convert the gathered information into a statistical form, while sampling plan considers which individuals should be included on a particular research being conducted. Next, we do have errors in research design, which are sampling errors and non-sampling error. Under non-sampling errors are design, administering, response, and non-response. Encountering these kinds of errors greatly affects the results of a research designs in such a way that some parts of it is not reliable or insufficient in supporting of information needed. In research proposal, this is where an agreement between managers and researchers takes place and a record of an agreement being signed by both parties, which involves a budget that needed in conducting research activities. Next is determining information requirements, which has two types of decision. First is strategic decision and tactical decision. The difference between these two is that strategic decision focuses on a long-term plan on achieving a goal in a general, while tactical decision focuses on a particular or specific goal only. And that's all for chapter 3. Next chapter is all about designing a questionnaire. A questionnaire is about a set of questions given to individuals in order to collect some data or get their opinion about something. Next, we have a process of questionnaires designs, which are planning what to measure, formatting the questions wording, sequence and layout decision, pre-testing, and correcting problems. So the importance of this process is to ensure accurate data is collected so that the result is interpretable and comprehensible. So that's all what I've learned on our midterm lessons. We hope you learn also. Arigatou gozaimasu.